My name is Maddie Scheiderly. I am a social media intern for the Center for Security Studies and Cyber Defense. We are from Anderson University. This is episode 4 of our conspiracy podcast, and I have another special guest with me, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name is Jake Miller. I'm founder and CEO at a company called the Engineered Innovation Group, and there we build software for software companies.
Awesome. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what that entails.
Yeah, for sure. So our customers are typically founders of new software products, and or they are organizations within broader organizations where they want to have a companion product built, digital product that is. And so you could really think of us as a software company that does everything from product design, product marketing, all the way to cybersecurity, artificial intelligence and data science. We build the product, we support the product ongoing. So we really are a software company. It's just we don't have a product. Our customer's product is our product.
Yeah. So working in a big position like that, what brought you to conspiracy?
Well, honestly,
little old Anderson. Is what I like to call it.
I had done a webinar, and I forget the gentleman's name that had attended the webinar, shot me an email and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a similar talk at the conspiracy conference? And I said, well, absolutely. I would love to do that.
Oh, is it Dave?
Yeah,
David,
that's right. Yeah. And I love these sorts of conferences, especially when they're, I'm based in Indianapolis. So I'm very used to the Indianapolis, the tech community is small no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Right. And so being able to come up here, especially where there are students that are super curious and interested to hear me speak and my ideas and collaborate's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what, how you got to this position, any other types of jobs, any experience,
Sure.
Just inform us about your life.
Awesome. I was born in, no, I'm just kidding. So I've been in software for 20 years. I'm a software engineer myself. I actually have a degree in linguistics from IU. And I've started just writing code, even really in high school. And once I graduated from high school, while I was attending university, I studied computer science as well alongside my my core studies. And then I was able and fortunate to work for organizations like Indiana University Health, writing code. I was working for a company called Allison Transmission. It was actually a contract through there, doing things like building calibration delivery system to put receive data from trucks on the road. The calculations were reperformed, and this software would send those calibrations back. So really high tech stuff that I didn't actually, frankly, at the time understand how high tech it actually was. And then eventually got my way into software and engineering leadership at ExactTarget and Salesforce, and led a product team there that built $1 billion product called Journey Builder that is still going super strong in the market, and did a startup after that. And then most recently, 2 years ago, I said, I've really enjoyed this. Let's create things from the ground up. And I don't want to just go do it myself or for myself. Let's go help other people do that as well. And so I started this agency, and that's what we do. We work with between 5 and 10 companies at any given time, taking their ideas and making them reality.
Awesome. Super cool. So with this, sorry, I'm getting distracted by your sweater. I love that sweater, by the way.
Thank you.
It's really nice. Where'd you get it, if you don't mind me asking?
It is John Vervados.
Ooh, it's very pretty. I like it.
Thank you.
Anyway, sorry. I love it's cold enough outside now where I can start busting out my sweaters.
I was telling someone it's weather. And it's actually really awesome to be sitting at a microphone like this, getting to say weather. Do you get my reference?
Weather.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
It's from the 90s. This one's from the 90s, but
old Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Ooh. But anyway.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's my fault. With this position that you have, how important is cybersecurity related to your work and what you do?
It is critical to the work that we do. So especially working with startups that tend to have, or perceived to have, lower budgets than, say, a $6 billion healthcare system. Security is still important. It's founders know it's important, investors know it's important, but at the end of the day, it very often is still not forgotten about, but lower on the priority list, I should say. And one thing that we do really well, I'm very proud of, is a lot of agencies like ours that you'll work with will say, well, if you want to do SOC 2 or have ISO certification or HIPAA certification, or be HIPAA compliant, it'll cost X, Y, and Z. It's so important to us that it's not an option for our customers. It's built into what we do. It's built into our pricing, because we are not going to deliver a product that does not meet security standards. That's for our benefit, it's for our customers' benefit, and it's for their customers' benefit. So it's that serious. It's not even a question of if. It is we're just doing it.
Yeah. And because it's built in, how important is it to have people that know cybersecurity?
It is very hard to find experts in the cybersecurity field, but it's a critical job. And in fact, I don't know any statistics around this. Maybe you do, but I suspect we are at a crossroads of being what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? There's a whole lot of need. There's so much demand for that role and very little supply.
That's what Chris Lowry was talking about.
Yeah.
I just interviewed him before, and he said exactly what you said. He said there's so much demand and not enough supply, and it's important for him because he's the correct me if I'm wrong, but he's like the higher commissioner for education in Indiana. Mm-hmm. So it's the same point. Yeah, is what I'm basically saying. So I'm noticing. I'm not a cybersecurity major. I am actually a film major.
Oh, awesome!
But I'm a social media intern for the CSSCD. And even in my research, my job is to look at research articles and read through them and repost them. So I'm familiar enough with cybersecurity to know that it is a super in demand job.
Yeah,
and there's not enough. There's not enough supply. And which leads me to my next question. Because of this, this gap, sort of, I know the White House is greenlighting initiatives to implement cybersecurity in K-12 education. How important is these sort of moves to you? And like, what do you think about it? Do you think it's important or?
Yeah, I think it's imperative. Yeah. Really. And on several different fronts. One, not just from a job demand perspective, because we need people that can fill those roles, but just from a security literacy perspective in the states, really in the globe, I should say. We shouldn't just limit this to the United States. But it is an imperative because we need people. I'll give you an example. And maybe this is where you're going, maybe it's not. Mm. The last election cycle. Yeah. Where there was, and there's no political position I'm taking here. It is more, there was a lot of misinformation. There always is a lot of misinformation. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah, even outside of election cycles.
That's right. That's exactly
so much,
right.
You know,
you're absolutely right. But then let's start taking my topic today was artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. Mm. How we already know deep fakes are a thing. Yeah. Anyone can make a deep fake now. Yeah. Anyone can do voice cloning. I mean, I did a voice clone with some product that's on the market. It took me 10 minutes. Yeah. And that was the low grade, like the freebie. You can also pay, I think, $5,000 and submit a 2-hour voice recording and have a almost exact identical voice clone. Mm-hmm. And then you put the MetaHuman face on that and voila. Yeah. Right?
There's a whole thing that happened with Tom Hanks, I think.
Yeah.
With the toothpaste commercial.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I think that's why when you look at it on a more simplistic scale, things like, well, don't use more complex passwords. Like that's child's play in security literacy compared to what's happening. I mean, you probably don't remember this, but and I suddenly feel very old. but maybe you do. But thank God I went through high school pre-social media.
Oh, social media wasn't a huge thing when I was a kid, at least. But I remember my first thing. I was not allowed to have any social media till I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I think there's a law there where it's you have to be at least 14 to have Facebook. So I didn't have anything until I turned 14 and I got Facebook.
Yeah.
I got a phone when I was in 5th or 6th grade, but that's just because I was accepted into some camp that I was going to, and it was in Philadelphia, and my parents couldn't be on the grounds with me, so they got me a phone to keep track of that. But I didn't have social media till literally middle school. Yeah. So it wasn't a huge thing when I was a kid. But I'm looking at kids that are younger than me.
I have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is his world?
I've seen infants with iPads.
Oh my gosh.
It's that's a whole separate topic. I don't want to get into it. But
sorry.
No.
Count on me for controversy.
No, because if I say my opinions and this I just don't want to I want to stay on topic,
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
But it's crazy that little kids are getting their hands on this certain technology, which is exactly what you're talking about.
Well, it's literacy. It's there are two things. One is the brain developed enough to be able to handle it, right?
Yeah.
And two, are we are those social interactions trained enough that it can be managed well? Mm-hmm. Those are the things it comes down to. And that's why I was referring to that as an important aspect of cybersecurity literacy in schools. It's just as important from a social perspective as its own personal safety perspective.
Yeah. I have one question just to sort of wrap this up. Just one last one. It's not cybersecurity related at all.
Okay.
It's actually more of a silly question just to end on a high note. So,
silly questions.
Do you watch professional wrestling or do you know about it?
What is that? So no.
But it's like the WWE.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, you know how
I was being silly back.
Oh, you know how when they walk out onto the stage, they have a walk-in song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you were a professional wrestler, what would yours be? I've gotten a couple good answers. Director Brandon Wells said his would be Enter Sandman.
That's a good one.
Mr. Daryl Togashi said that his would be, what was his? Oh, Survivor by Journey. And then Chris Lowry said he had 2. It was either Fantasy by Earth, Wind, and Fire or Jump by Van Halen because he's a runner.
Oh, so
you've got some competition. How are you going to one up these guys?
Oh, I don't think I can choose a song. It'd probably be something Lizzo, though.
Something Lizzo?
Yeah.
Do you know what sort of Lizzo song or?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's gonna look it up.
Well, I know I don't have time to actually do this. I'm not good on these on the spot sort of questions.
It's all good. I've changed my answer probably 4 times.
Oh, have you?
Because my first answer was since I originally am from Pennsylvania, not from Indiana. I actually live an hour north from Pittsburgh. So go Steelers.
Yeah, right.
But the fourth quarter song for the Steelers in between every down or whatever is Renegade by Styx.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a pretty good choice. And then I changed my answer to Let's Go Crazy by Prince of the Revolution.
That's a good one.
And then I changed my answer again in the last interview. Have you ever heard of Vehicle by the Ides of March?
I think I have actually.
It's very 70s, very big brass.
Yeah.
We did that song in marching band my freshman year. That was a lot of fun. And I feel like I want to change my answer again because I said either Vehicle or something by Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge 80s rock person. I was raised on that stuff from my aunt.
You like Alice Cooper?
I've heard a couple of his songs. My mom told me a story of when she was in high school. She was paired the egg thing where they had to take care of the egg. She was paired with this guy whose last name was Cooper, and the egg he put the egg in a top hat and a wig and a little leather jacket, and it was like Egg Cooper or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
But she told me that, but I've heard a little bit of Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
So
you'd probably know more. You'd probably know more than you think. I can't get my internet to work for whatever reason, so I'm gonna change my answer. It's gonna be Lady Gaga's "Born This Way."
Good choice. Yeah. Honestly, That's a good choice. I'm not even going to be mad at that. I love Lady
Okay.
Gaga.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at that. Thank you.
No, it's so good. No, it's all good. So thanks
stuff.
for agreeing to be a part of this podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Conspiracy.
Yeah, it's been
Thanks for-
great.
you already had your, you already did your speech, didn't you?
I did.
I've
yeah.
been down here all day. So
Yeah.
I've missed a couple of the talks, but
No
it
worries.
was, I'm sure it was very good.
It was
So
fun.
Sorry I couldn't
It
be
was
there.
a lot
Yeah.
of fun. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for your
Yeah.
time.
Thanks for being here. It's nice meeting you. And that's the end of this episode.
Have a good one.
Yeah.